What is up, gamers? It's Will 777JP, and we are back with another one. And you guys are probably wondering, why the hell is this little Switch cartridge hanging out right here? Well, today we're going to be doing a Will It Play with no internet, and today we're going to be testing Super Mario Bros. Wonder. And the reason you're seeing this little tiny thing is because I can't find the case. Don't know where it is. Spent numerous minutes looking for it, and I could not find it. So I was like, you know what? This will have to do. We're gonna be testing this one on the Switch 2 today. I got the urge to play it, so I was like, hey, you know what? I might as well make a Will It Play with no internet video and show it live to, well, not live, but record it for you guys out there to take a peek. Just to kind of see what happens. So before we get started, I just want to say thank you so much for all your support, man. You guys have been phenomenal. The channel is continuing to grow, so thank you. If you're new here, please hit that subscribe button and notification bell. That way you stay up to date whenever I drop videos. And thank you so much for being here, for real. So let's get started. So what I like to do is I like to take physical games that I have, whether it's PlayStation, Xbox, Switch. I like to turn the internet off on the console, insert the game into the console to see if you can play it without needing internet. Once we make that test, I then like to turn the internet back on to see if there's any updates, stuff like that. So today we have Super Mario Brothers Wonder, and that's what we're going to be testing today. So let me move this to the side real quick and let me get this set up. All right, I'm gonna be real with y'all. I honestly haven't been playing my Switch 2 all that much. Actually, I think I got maybe a total of an hour into it since I got it. I have been playing Mario Odyssey. I have been playing a little bit of Republic Commando, but I haven't delved into Zelda. Breath of the Wild, which is the one I want to play first, and then Tears of the Kingdom. My reasoning behind this is because, well, I stopped playing Zelda, I don't know, a long time ago because I just wasn't satisfied with the performance. And it's been a couple years now, so as time went on, I just started playing different games and my backlog started getting full with games I wanted to play. So for example, this month, I am trying to finish up Death Stranding before Death Stranding 2 comes out. I am also finishing up the DLCs for Atomic Heart. They're dropping a sequel, no release date yet, but I want to get those out of the way. I really like that game. I actually beat that game last week. And then Mind's Eye came out, which is a game that I've been looking forward to a little bit, specifically with all the, issues that the game has and had and the mystery behind it. What is the game? All that. Thank you so much on that Mind's Eye. Will It Play with no internet, support on that one. Thank you guys for the views. I'm gonna be doing a part 2 where I'm gonna be playing the game. I'm gonna uninstall it completely and play it straight off the disc with no updates to see how bad it really is. So that's coming soon, the part 2. But as you can tell, I'm already pretty loaded up with games. So right now I'm treating the Switch 2 kind of as I have an itch, I'm gonna scratch it. So that's why I haven't really been playing these games. Technically, I don't have any Switch 2 games. The only game that's available for Switch right now at the recording of this video is Mario Kart World, and I would like to play it. I think it looks cool. I just don't think it's $80 cool. So I'm gonna sit back, hang tight, and wait till the game is cheaper than $80. Whether it's by Nintendo themselves, or I buy a pre-owned copy at GameStop, or I find somebody that's selling their copy. However it is. Maybe I get a gift card for, something, and I'll a Nintendo gift card specifically, because if it's just a regular gift card I can use anywhere, I will not be spending $80 to get that game. But the point is, I just don't think it's worth it. So yeah, so let's go ahead and do this test. So right now we are currently connected to the internet, right? We're gonna go ahead and go into the settings, and we're gonna go ahead and put it in airplane mode. I've noticed that is the fastest way to disconnect from everything is by going to airplane mode. So we'll do that, and we'll go back, and of course we will check airplane mode if it's working by going to the eShop It should not connect to the eShop because we should be disconnected. And there it is. Unable to connect to the internet because airplane mode is turned on. Airplane mode can be turned off in quick settings. Okay, so let's go ahead and put Mario Brothers Wonder in the Switch 2 and see what happens. So there it is. It popped in right away. Let's click play. Couldn't find the necessary data. Download that data now. Start software. You need to update the software. Download the update data now. Cancel. Start software. Download. Preparing. The airplane. Okay, I can't. I don't have internet. What am I gonna do? Okay, so it's not working. Looks like it's not working. So Mario Wonder, it's not working. Start software. Can't. Well, so it looks like we cannot play this game with no internet on the Switch 2. Such a shame. Such a shame. So you cannot go to the store, buy a copy of Mario Wonders, insert it into your Switch 2, and start playing the game. It won't do it. Well, you know what? Let's go ahead and test it on the Switch OLED and see if it works on here. Now, I believe I have it installed already, so we might have to delete it. Let me check. Let's see, Mario Wonder. There it is. Let's go ahead and manage software, delete software. Successfully deleted software. All right, cool. So let's go ahead and try it on here. Give me a second to set this thing up. All right, so here we have the Switch OLED set up. Let's go ahead and put this thing into airplane mode as well. Airplane mode off. Let's turn it on. Shows that we are disconnected from all this stuff. Let's go to the eShop and see if it will let me connect. There you go. Unable to connect to the internet because airplane mode is turned on. Airplane mode can be turned off in quick setting guide or quick setting. Hold a home. All right, so we are disconnected from the internet, and man, this screen looks so much better than the Switch 2. If you guys haven't seen my first impressions of the Switch handheld, go check it out. This OLED screen is so much better than the Switch 2 screen. The only thing that I really like from the Switch 2 obviously is the size. It is basically I think it's an inch bigger than the Switch OLED. So very, very disappointed in that Nintendo did not do a OLED. And then I've heard some arguments like, oh, what, you wanted the Switch to be $500 and then the Mario Kart bundle $550, and I'm like, well, the Switch 1 was $300 and the OLED was $350, so I don't see what the big freaking deal here is, right? Yeah, I would have paid $500 for an OLED. It's common freaking sense here. All right, so we have the game Mario Wonder. Let's go ahead and stick it in. That's what she said. All right. Also, something that is hardly spoken about, this little flap to open and put the cartridge in on the Switch 2 is way better. So check this out. So there is a little groove right here, and then you just pull up, and it's not like this one where you just kind of bending it back. No, this one has its own, like, you know what I mean? So you can really, really go in there. All right, but either way, let's go ahead and test this game out. Oh man, okay, so let's stick it in there. Sheesh, okay. So it pops up, Mario Wonder. Let's click on it. Software update is required. Update data will be downloaded now. Let's say cancel. Okay, nothing. Let's hit download. Nothing there. So Super Mario Bros. Wonder does not play with no internet. Nah, that's unfortunate. This sucks. Well, you guys out there in YouTube world, let me know if I'm doing something wrong here or if I'm not doing something correctly. You know, is the game on the cartridge? Is it not? Like, am I, I don't think I'm doing anything wrong. It's easy. I got a game. I'm sticking it in. Airplane mode is on, right? No internet. And it's not working. It's not working. I just don't understand it. Let me go ahead and set the Switch 2 back so we can install the game how Nintendo wants us to do it with the internet. Alright guys, so we got the Switch 2 hooked up. Let's go ahead and turn airplane mode off so we can get connected to the internet. Obviously, without it, we cannot install Mario Wonder. Let's see what happens next. So let's click on it. Let me try start software one more time. No, it will not let us. Okay, so download. Wonder how big it is. And also another thing that I do appreciate about the Switch 2 is download speeds are way faster than the regular Nintendo OLED and the regular OG Nintendo Switch. So I really do appreciate that much more. But yeah, now it's working, man. Version 1.0.2. Yeah, frustrating, man. Kind of sucks, dude. Especially the Switch being a handheld item, a mobile item. I play the Switch 70% of the time while I am not at home. While I am on vacation. I mean, last summer, I went on a road trip to Florida. And it was, I don't know, about an 18-hour drive there, 18-hour drive back. So there were numerous spots where we would drive and we had no internet connection, and therefore I couldn't just hook up my mobile hotspot to connect it so we can install games. So before we would take off on the car again, after a pit stop or eating, we would make sure that if we wanted to play a game, it would be installed just to make sure. And that's kind of a crappy way to go about things, right? Because with gaming is very fluid, meaning, yeah, there's games that you have that you definitely know you want to play or you plan on playing, but all it takes is for you to get the itch to play something else, and next thing you know, you want to play it and you can't access it. Like, to me, that is one of the biggest failures of that, right? And of course, we're going to have all the defenders. Yeah, if you don't have internet, you shouldn't even be gaming. Like, that's the stupidest shit I've ever heard in my life. I just gave you a very valid reason of why these games needing to be on the cartridge is extremely important. Also, here where I'm from, there is this little city that has a ton of water parks near me. It's about a 2-hour drive. And I know on that 2-hour drive between minute 45 to about an hour 20, there is a super bad dead spot where my phone just never gets any coverage ever. So I know that I should have my podcast downloaded. I know I should have things ready in the event that I'm driving and listening to podcasts, or if I'm a passenger, I know that I gotta have things set up, right? Now, yeah, Will, it's only about 40 minutes. Yeah, 40 minutes from a 2-hour drive, dude. That's 20% of the time, dude. So it's just little things like that, man. And that's not even including your power goes out, electricity goes out, your internet goes off, and you want to play something. Like, come on. Like, let's stop defending this crap. Well, there y'all have it, man. Mario Wonder definitely needs internet in order to play, in order to install. You cannot just play it with no cartridge. Well, now that we have the game, quote unquote, installed, right? Let's turn airplane mode back off. So we have no internet. We can double check this real quick by going to the eShop. And okay, we need to be connected. So let's go ahead and see if we can start the game up. And there it is, it's working, right? So I understand that only took, 2 seconds, but those 2 seconds will be the longest 2 seconds if you have no internet trying to play this thing or trying to install it, right? But there y'all have it, man. Thanks so much for being here. I'm sorry I didn't mean for this video to be this long. I was actually planning on being a quick little, 5, maybe 10-minute video, and it'll be 15. We double checked it on the Switch 2. We double checked it on the OLED. So we can probably say that Mario Kart will not install with no internet. If I am doing something incorrectly, please let me know in the comment section so I can educate myself. That is part of having this community here. You know what? Let me turn this music down before freaking Nintendo copy strikes me, because they love doing that. But let me know in the comment section, hey, you got to do this, you have to do that, whatever it is. I'm not a big Switch gamer. I don't know much about how the Switch works. I learn a lot from you guys. And when I started my YouTube, that's what I wanted to do. I wanted something community based so we can share with each other information, so we can all grow and learn, especially in this hobby that we so much love. But thank you guys so much for being here, man. I appreciate all your support. Once again, if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. Help me reach my goal of 1,000 subscribers before the month of June is over. And for those of you guys that are already subscribed, thank you for all your support. We'll catch you in the next one. Keep it gaming.